This video is all about the fragrances I received the most compliments and positive reactions for during the month of April. A part of April was all about a vacation, and that is always a lot of fun because quite often people in other countries react and behave in slightly different ways to fragrance. I know you are busy, so let's get this thing started right now. PACO RABANNE Invictus Platinum. I've had this for about a month now and I really put it to use. I bought it on my first vacation day and I got a compliment right away from Sandra Salomon Fragrance. And just 2 hours later I got a compliment from the woman sitting next to me on the plane, and then it just went on from there. I got a lot of positive reactions to it while in Thailand, and my initial strong like has grown even more. I love that dry down. This to me is a very soft lavender with a hint of mint and a touch of something green to it and a bit of citrus on top. This is a bit different from previous Invictus releases and I loved, absolutely loved using it in warm weather. Oh my, I love this one. This is Jean Paul Gaultier Le Beau. I have a ton of freshies, but sometimes I want something that is fresh, but fresh done in a different way, and this to me is exactly that. It opens with a nice citrusy freshness, which is amazing to experience on those warm days. As it dries down, in comes a fantastic dose of coconut backed up by tonka, making it a creamy, sweet, sort of vanillic and coconutty blend that smells absolutely gorgeous on warm skin. This has landed me a ton of compliments throughout the years, and it did land me several compliments when on vacation, and I can highly recommend it to you if you love the scent of coconut and want a nice tropical summer fragrance in your collection. It's not the world's strongest fragrance though, so spray more if you want to give other people the chance to get a whiff of it, which might lead you to getting a compliment. PACO RABANNE Major Me. I just love this one. I really do. I'm going to link to my review of it above, so make sure you check it out later on. This is all about sweet cherry that is blended in an amazing way with oud, incense and patchouli. The incense is very much done in a way I enjoy, and the oud is a very mass appealing kind of oud, and I just love the scent of cherry. This is seductive, this is sexy, and it's definitely an attention grabber that I will use a lot. And I use this so much that I need to get a new bottle of it soon, and yes, it went on to become one of my most complimented fragrances, and based on how it performed so far, I think it might just end up being one of my most complimented fragrances by the end of the year. Highly recommended. Armani Acqua di Gio Essenza. So this was one of my light and fresh kind of fragrances while in the tropics, and I just love it. It's Acqua di Gio done in a modern and attractive way. Unfortunately, it's not available anymore, but I do recommend you to check out the new Acqua di Gio EDP instead. I am going to link to my review of it above, so please do make sure to check it out. They are not the same, but the new one smells great, and to me it's a more minimalistic and modern version of the original that will make you smell amazing on those warm days. Both Essenza and the new EDP pull in the compliments, but pretty much only if you spray a lot or if someone gets kinda close. So you either spray more or NISHANE fan your flames. 3 wearings, 3 compliments, not a joke. Coconut and rum, oh my. There's a bit of tobacco to it and it's a bit sweet with a woody base with something slightly green in it. I will have a review of this one coming up soon, so make sure you stay tuned for it. This to me is so unique and I love it. The opening is not the best in the world, but that dry down is. And that dry down has a way of capturing people's attention, and the way it does so is amazing. If you are looking for something that smells so unique in such an amazing way and want an attention grabber like no other, make sure you check this one out. The performance is crazy good, and oh my, I'm head over heels in love with it, and I have a feeling this one will end up being a crazy compliment getter the more I use it. Before I continue, I would kindly ask you to like this video And if you can, please do consider supporting me by giving me a super thanks. You can find it under this video. It really helps me out. Thanks. Narciso Rodriguez for him Bleu Noir Parfum. My real proper wear of this was last night to a formal suit and tie event, and I first met up with an old friend who gave me a compliment within the first minute. She absolutely loved it. About 10 minutes later, she introduced me to a friend of hers, and that's when I got my second compliment of the night. It's woody, powdery and musky with a hint of leather and a touch of sweetness, and it's really good. And I can't wait to use it a lot more in the near future. This is definitely one of the best from Narciso Rodriguez, and I can highly recommend it to you. PACO RABANNE Blossom Me. Blossom Me is a nice fresh and green blend with an opening dominated by citrus and orange blossom on top of something green. The opening is fresh in a nice way, and the dry down is just as good with a blend of that freshness together with a bit of vetiver and something woody. It just pulled in a couple of compliments, but I wanted to highlight it because I find it to be a very nice fresh fragrance with good performance and all at a pretty good price. Tom Ford Ombre Leather. So after my vacation I really craved using more heavy kinds of scents, and the leather freak in me needed some satisfaction. And few things satisfy my craving for leather as much as Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. This is basically a creamy and buttery kind of leather, and it's so rich, so smooth, and simply put amazing. There's a bit of amber and patchouli to it, making it an even richer kind of scent. A dose of jasmine brings it a floral touch that I absolutely love. This thing, when worn right, always manages to pull in the compliments, and I love wearing it when I'm craving a bit of leather or when I want to stand out in a crowd. Highly recommended. Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum Reserve Privé. This to me is class and elegance with a touch of something sexy. What you have here is a fantastic powdery opening with a bit of citrus, which then changes into a powdery and woody blend with a bit of something ambery and a hint of whiskey. Dior Homme Intense is one of my 4 life fragrances, and this gives me a bit of that vibe, but in a very different way because it's way less sort of lipsticky, it's less sweet and more dry, powdery and woody. I love it, and I'm not the only one. This thing right here, oh my, people fucking love it. KILIAN Angel's Share. So after my vacation I craved the scent of leather, which I satisfied with Ombre Leather. I also craved something that was dirty and sexy, and I used Amouage Myths Man for that. And I was really looking forward to wearing something boozy and super sweet again, and I turned to KILIAN's Angel's Share for that. I only used it twice, one for a night out and one to a friend's party, and it landed me a compliment on both occasions. This is an insanely addictive and seductive attention grabber, and it pulls in the compliments with its boozy, spicy and sweet blend. It's unique, it smells divine, it's a perfect rebel, and it's one of my 4 life fragrances, and I can highly recommend it to you if you love boozy gourmands and want one that will bring you some very positive reactions. YSL Eau de Parfum. Oh my. I know you heard me talk about this quite a bit by now, but this is a video about my most complimented fragrances, and the truth is that this thing right here is an amazing compliment getter. So yeah.